You make me happy.
Which ones do I want to do? Let's do this
Looks
one.
like Teo's bodega was robbed. Hope I can help. Hey, right here.
What? Not you. My cat. Named after the real Spider-Man. Bunch of
Named after the real Spider-Man.
robbed my place. Think they took Spider-Man too.
That's awful. You see where they went?
Overheard them say they're hitting the power substation. Couple blocks over.
We gotta save that cat!
Find them. And your cat.
Sure, kid. Guess it can't hurt.
We gotta save this man's cat.
When I get there. Why would these dudes go to a power station? There's my way in. Ganke, I need help. Some dudes robbed Teo's bodega, then headed to the closest power station.
Weird. You've got my full attention. Watching through your live stream.
Where are we going? Oh, up there. We're gonna watch the Game Award nominees real quick, and then we will get back to Spider-Man. Wrong. One. Alright, let's see what the nominees are. Let's see.
The world will come together to celebrate
Ow.
games at the game, streaming live everywhere. Hey, I'm Jackie, and welcome.
Fucking Jeff. My name is Jeff.
As of crunching year for all of us. So many obstacles, talented developers have comforted and entertained us with amazing games that show more than ever why video games are the most powerful form of entertainment. At the Game Awards, we will celebrate the absolute best. A fully live award and share world premieres of games that will define the next generation. And don't worry, the Game Awards Orchestra will be back too. Right now, let's get to the nominees. And remember, you can help select the winners by voting at thegameawards.com. For Best Performance, the nominees are...
Uh-oh, here we go.
Johnson as Ellie, The Last of Us Part 2. Laura Bailey as Abby, The Last of Us Part 2. Daisuke Shuji as Jin Sakai, Ghost of Tsushima. Logan Cunningham as Hades in Hades. And Nadji Jeter as Miles Morales in Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. Next up, the category of Best Multiplayer Game. Those nominees are...
Genshin Impact.
New Horizons, Among Us, Call of Duty Warzone, Fall Guys, and Valorant. For Best...
Oh, I really hope Valorant doesn't win. Fuck Valorant.
Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite, and No Man's Sky. In the category of Best Art Direction, the nominees are Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and The Last of Us Part 2. For Best Score in Music, those nominees are Doom Eternal, composed by Mick Gordon, Final Fantasy VII Remake, composed by Nobuo Uematsu, Masashi Hamauzu, and Mitsuto Suzuki. Hades, composed by Darren Korb. Ori and the Will of Wisps, composed by Gareth Coker. And The Last of Us Part 2, composed by Gustavo Santaolalla. Additional music by Matt Quayle. The Best Audio Design nominees are Doom Eternal, Half-Life Alyx, Ghost of Tsushima, Resident Evil 3, and The Last of Us Part 2. Next up,
Damn, The Last of Us got nominated in fucking every category.
those nominees are Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Grounded, Hyperdot, The Last of Us Part 2, and Watch Dogs Legion. In the category
Dude, fucking...
the nominees
Holy
are
shit.
13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, written by George Kamatani. Final Fantasy VII Remake, written by Kazushige Nojimomu, Torihiroki Awaki, and Sashi Hirano. Ghost of Tsushima, writers Ian Ryan, Liz...
The Last of Us Part 2.
And Jordan Lemos. Hades, writer Greg Kasavin. And The Last of Us Part 2, writers Neil Druckmann and Haley Gross. Games for Impact recognize a thought-provoking game with a profound pro-social meaning or message. The nominees are
Last of Us Part 2.
Kentucky Route Zero, TV Edition, Spiritfarer, Tell Me Why, and Through the Darkest of Times. Independent games...
Oh, it didn't get nominated in that one.
...of the industry. And the nominees this year for Best Independent Game are Harry, Fall Guys, Hades, Spelunky 2, and Spiritfarer. For Best Mobile Game, presented by LG Wing and Qualcomm Snapdragon, the nominees are Among Us, Call of Duty Mobile, Genshin Impact, Legends of Runeterra, and Pokemon Cafe Mix. For the second year, we are presenting an award for Best Community Support. The nominees are Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Fall Guys, Fortnite, No Man's Sky, and Valorant. Best Debut Indie Game recognizes a studio that published its first game this year. Those nominees are Carrion, Mortal Shell, Raji, an Ancient Epic, Roki, and Phasmophobia. The best VR AR game nominees are Dreams, Half-Life Alyx, Marvel's Iron Man VR, Star Wars Squadrons, and The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners. For Content Creator of the Year, presented by Adobe, the nominees are Alana Pierce.
Oh, Lana's gonna win that.
Nick Marks, Tim the Tatman, and Valkyrie.
Alana's definitely gonna win that.
Nominees are Doom Eternal.
I'd be surprised if she didn't.
Hades,
Best action
Half-Life
game.
Alyx, Neo 2, and Streets of Rage 4. In the genre of Best Action Adventure Game, the nominees are Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Ghost of Tsushima, Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and The Last of Us Part 2. Best Role-Playing Game, the nominees are Final Fantasy VII Remake, Genshin Impact, Persona 5 Royal, Wasteland 3, and Yakuza Like a Dragon. Your nominees for Best Fighting Game are Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, Street Fighter V Champion Edition, One Punch Man, A Hero Nobody Knows, and Under Night in Birth EXE Late Clear. In the category of Best Family Game that we can all play together, the nominees are Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Oh, Animal Crossing's got that one easy.
About Time, Fall Guys, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, Minecraft Dungeons, and Paper Mario, the Origami King. For Best Simulation Strategy Game, the nominees are Crusader Kings 3, Desperado,
Crusaders is probably gonna win
Gears
that.
Tactics, Microsoft Flight Simulator,
Or Flight Simulator, that's a good one too.
Chimera Squad. Next up, Best Sports Racing. The nominees are Dirt 5,
Forza.
F1 2020, FIFA 21, NBA K21, and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. And now, your nominees for Best Esports Game: Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Fortnite, League of Legends, and Valorant. This year, we're recognizing 5 incredible esports athletes as nominees in this category. Crimsix.
Don't know who that is.
Canyon,
Know who that is. I know who that is.
Shotzi, and Zywoo. The
I only
nominees
know
for
like
Best
2 of the
Esports
Korean
Team
players.
are Damwon Gaming, Dallas Empire, San Francisco Shock, G2 Esports, and Team Secret. Your nominees for Best Esports Coach are Zephyr, Zonic, Krusty, Rambo, and Grabs. The Best Esports Event, which was probably a little different this year than normal, the nominees are Blast Premier Spring Europe Finals, Call of Duty League Championship 2020, IEM Katowice 2020, League of Legends World Championship 2020, and the Overwatch League Grand Finals 2020. And our last esports category, Best Esports Host. The nominees are Shox, Machine, Dash, and Sheever. And
Sheever,
now
never
it's
heard of
time
her.
For our final 2 categories. For Best Game Direction, which recognizes outstanding creative vision and innovation.
But you guys can't hear the sound still. Here it is.
direction and design, the
Right,
nominees
you're the same.
are Final Fantasy VII Remake from Square Enix, Ghost of Tsushima from Sucker Punch Productions, Hades from Supergiant Games, Half-Life Alyx from Valve, and The Last of Us Part 2 from Naughty Dog. And finally, on behalf of the jury, comprised of more than 95 global media and influencer outlets, I am proud to announce the 6 nominees selected for truly
6 nominees for
outstanding
Game of the
creative
Year?
technical excellence. These are your nominees for Game of the Year.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Uh-oh.
from
Animal
Nintendo.
Crossing is on there.
Doom Eternal from id Software, Final Fantasy VII Remake from Square Enix, Ghost of Tsushima from Sucker Punch Productions, Hades from Supergiant Games, and The Last of Us Part 2 from Naughty Dog. Who do you think should win? You can help select the winners in all categories by voting for your favorites starting right now through December 9th at thegameawards.com. There is so much more to share about this year's show in the weeks ahead. World premieres, special guests, and more surprises as we usher in the next generation of gaming. Follow us at the Game Awards on Twitter for updates and tune in live on December 10th for a global celebration of games. We'll see you then.
Jesus Christ. The amount of nominations Last of Us Part 2 got is insane. Alright, back to Spider-Man.
Back in high school, I had a friend named Rob. One of my closest friends. Rob was in a constant battle with depression throughout his years in high school. While I didn't have to personally deal with depression, I was with him through a large part of his struggle, and I myself had to deal with chronic stress and anxiety. Depression, stress, and anxiety are all things that we've all had to deal with in one way or another. Whether it be helping a friend or family member through their darkest times, or whether we had to fight our own battles over and over, we've all faced it. We can all relate to it. It's no secret that Lordran, the land that Hidetaka Miyazaki's grim epic Dark Souls takes place in, is nothing if not dreary, hostile, and oppressive. This is a land filled to the brim with monsters and the cursed undead, who wander aimlessly after having lost their way, their drive, given up, and turned hollow. It's easy to just sit back and take Lordran at face value, easy to look at the game's hardships as purely the result of design choices, and easy to look at it as nothing more than a game. And while it is certainly true, I can't help but see more than that. To me, Dark Souls is more than just a game. It's an allegory for depression and the hardships of those who face it on a daily basis. Rob once described his depression to me as fighting the same battle over and over again with less and less drive to do so. It's a constant cycle of facing the same enemy over and over again, only to lose some of yourself each time. In Dark Souls, specifically Lordran and the world around it, there lies something similar, though it manifests itself in a very different way. For an unknown reason, there was an epidemic among humans. An unknown but assumed large number of people were cursed, branded with something called the Dark Sign, and turned into the undead. Immortal, in a sense, these cursed undead are fated to roam the world for ages. Anytime one dies, they're brought back to life by the mysterious powers of the bonfires that are scattered around the world. As an undead loses their drive or their purpose or their goals, they begin to hollow. Much like many of those who face depression on a daily basis, they gradually lose themselves. To be hollow is, in essence, to have lost any real sight or recollection of who you are, and in a way, accepted your fate. A hollow is frequently found doing what it did in life. Soldiers will be soldiers, commoners will be commoners. For many, they simply sit around and stare at something, or they stay where they were when they lost themselves. Essentially just a shell of who they used to be. They have no purpose in what they do. They simply do it because it's the only thing they know, maybe even the only thing they remember. The player character is one of the undead, though their fate is vastly different than that of the mindless hollows. They are chosen and will face hardships and trials beyond that of any other undead in this lifetime. As with depression, the chosen undead will fight the same enemies over and over again, and each time the player gets revived at a bonfire without success, they grow more and more hollow. There are two main ways that people handle depression, and two main ways that people defeat Dark Souls. Some choose to go it alone, either trusting in their own strength or simply not wanting to be a bother to others. The rest will decide to call on the help of friends or strangers, gaining strength by having those friends or strangers by their side. Those who opt for facing the challenges solo will undoubtedly have a harder time without the support of a couple of friends. Depression is unforgiving. It's constantly pushing you, constantly throwing you to the dogs, and it does not hold back. It's vicious, uncaring, and apathetic all in one. At times, with both it and Dark Souls, it feels as if it wants you to break, wants you to give up. At those hardest times, the chosen undead makes a choice. They either accept defeat and give up, or they use the challenge as fuel for their fires. With both, despite how difficult things get, each battle can be won and each step forward can be made. Now, none of that is to say that Dark Souls is entirely relentless. If it were, nobody would play it. Instead, Dark Souls achieves a very precarious balance. For all the times it beats you up, it has something to encourage you. Usually it's the adrenaline from finally beating that boss or getting past those few enemies, but occasionally it's in the shape of non-player characters that always seem to have some words of encouragement. In this way, it differs immensely from depression. Dark Souls flex the world with characters for you to meet, each with their own backstory and reason for being in Lordran. These characters and their stories are an almost constant presence throughout the game. The majority of them simply mind their own business and go about whatever it is they're doing, but a few of them actually encourage the player to press forward, serving as small bits of light in the dreary world of Lordran. In this way, Dark Souls provides the player with a support system akin to having a friend there to cheer you on. While you're not constantly around these characters, you see them every now and then, and 3 of them in particular are remarkably happy or cheerful, all things considered. As I've said before, not everyone has or chooses to have support in their fight against depression, but these characters all serve to be the same kind of support one would get from friends at your side. One character, Laurentius, genuinely cares for the chosen undead. After you save Laurentius from being trapped in the sewers, you find him at a shrine. He's always happy to see you, and he says something that's really stuck with me.
Be safe, friend. Don't you dare go all alone.
This may be the best line in Dark Souls, and it makes it clear that your fight, whether against the beasts of Lordran or against the beasts of depression, is not a fight that you need to have alone, and there's always some place or someone who truly wishes the best for you. I hadn't realized how truly important that line was until recently, when I was sitting down and playing through Dark Souls to reminisce. It brought me back to Rob and how it helped him deal with his depression, and honestly how Dark Souls had helped me learn how to handle my own problems with stress and anxiety. When I met Rob, he was in what could best be described as a rough patch. On top of having to deal with a recent and major loss in his life, he also had to struggle to keep up in school while maintaining a job, and the combined stress and pressure was putting him in a very dark cycle. He was fighting his own battle over and over, and he was doing all that he could to keep himself afloat, to keep his light in sight. I forget exactly how or why, but Rob started playing Dark Souls. At the time, all I knew about it was that it was supposed to be insanely difficult in that it just didn't pique my interest. But Rob loved it. For the next few months, it was almost all he'd talk about. He spent hours, days on that game, and eventually he got me to try it. It was around that time that the semester ended and he moved away. After a couple of years, he came back to visit some family he still had in the area, and we met up. Immediately, I noticed something different about him. Rob was happy. We ended up talking about his battle with depression. He told me that he would still have terrible down days, but Rob assured me that not all of his days were bad. After moving away, Rob went through some very intense times and was in a darker place than before he'd left. He knew no one in this new town, and he'd left all of his friends behind. One of the ways he fought depression was by distracting himself, and Dark Souls was his favorite distraction. It offered a challenge, and it became a constant source of drive for Rob. It gave him a goal to pursue. He told me that he hadn't been able to find the right words to describe his depression, but had recently decided on a select few that really did the job. Rob told me that his depression was like fighting the same battle over and over again with less drive to do so. He told me that even though he was fighting the same battles every single day, he hadn't given up and he had no intention of going hollow. For myself, Dark Souls had ended up serving a similar purpose. Though I wasn't suffering from depression, it helped me learn how to handle my anxiety, stress, and anger. I approach things very differently now, and though I still have trouble, anytime I'm in a rough spot, I can always go back to Dark Souls and it will always help. To this day, I'm thankful that I ended up playing it. To this day, it holds a special place in my life. Dark Souls is easy to take at face value as nothing more than a game that's hard for the sake of being hard. For some, it's so much more. For people like Rob and myself, it's more help than anyone else was up for offering, and it ended up being more than enough. Those of you watching this that suffer from depression, I want you to know that there's always some kind of hope in that you don't have to do this alone. There are people you can talk to who can help, and they're probably closer than you think. I hope that all of you find your goal, a purpose, or the support you need to overcome that next challenge or to just take those next steps forward. Good luck to you all, my friends. Don't you dare go hollow.
going? Maybe I gotta zip up there real quick. I don't understand. There we go.
Spider-Man, wait! Ugh.
Oh, that's right. I was in the
There's a bank on this block. No power,
underground
no security.
area.
So if we fix the power, we're preventing a bank heist?
Stopping crime before it begins. In a
Kick him in the
world
stomach.
where two men can see the future.
Kicked him in the
only
stomach,
they
pretty
can
much.
Stop it.
Alright, gotta focus.
Got another one.
Why does the boss want to set up here?
Bet you didn't see that coming.
Look outside. Harlem's a mess right now.
Oh shit. I forgot I have to break the melees.
Sounds like someone's paying them. Any idea who? What?
Oh crap, the
So
power went off.
output's at 0.
I got that.
Pulling up emergency lights. Okay. You can restore power if you charge the other backups.
On it.
He's like struggling over there because I put him in the leads. There we go.
Man, how many people does it take to bust a power station?
I'm not gonna sell tick down. We're just gonna go in. It's on spectacular. It's not even on ultimate.
Anybody I know? Seriously, who planned the bank robbery?
Don't get me that easy. Spider-Man's in my sight.
Oh, that's how you do the Venom jump. L1 and X. It's so dark in here.
We need to find the backup systems.
L1 and X is the power jump, the Venom jump. Oh, there it is.
Okay,
There's the power
now push
breaker.
ahead. Find the main generator, and hope I can fix it. These guys keep talking about their boss. Any idea who it is?
Dude, a lot
There's
of
someone
people
called the
wanna rob
Tinkerer.
banks.
It was worth a try.
I bet it's the Tinkerer. I think it is.
There's the main breaker. Gotta clear out these guys. Then I can figure out how to fix it.
Stay sharp, boys. Someone's trying to undo our good work. Of course there is. Our boss has got too many enemies. Yeah, but he beats them every time. Not all of them. They're spiders.
I'm not gonna. Stealth is optional.
Whoever planned the heist knows Spider-Man.
Has to be the other one.
Oh,
Don't
fudge.
have that many enemies.
Can't heal.
Great optimism, bro.
Fudge. I'm gonna need to take out a few more stealthily than that.
There's the main breaker. Gotta clear out these guys. Then I can figure out how to fix it.
Time forever. I I got him, bitch. Stay sharp,
Let me
boys. Someone's trying to undo
let me
our good
see my
work.
stream audio just to make sure it sounds okay.
Boss, too many enemies. Yeah, but he beats them every time. Not all of them. Spider-Man, an honest criminal, make a buck in this town.
Sounds like whoever planned the heist knows Spider-Man. And not in a good way.
Has to be the other one. I don't have that many enemies.
Yet.
Great optimism, bro.
You don't think Spider-Man's the one messing with us, right? Why would you jump to that? Because the boss hates him. I think Spider-Man hates him right back. Doesn't matter. Get a job. We'll finish it.
Zach,
Please don't, dude.
I need help.
What do you need?
Does this look even?
Looks good, man.
Come
Yeah.
here. No, I'll go. Wait.
Please don't back up. What are you gonna do? Get on.
Asking
You're gonna.
you, does it look even?
Yes, it does.
Seriously.
I think you could shave a little bit more off the sides.
Does it look even on both sides?
I think so.
Beats lockup, that's for sure.
Was
Let's
you
take a
gonna
ride.
do something gay?
I just had to restart my stream. I didn't want to fucking up again.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Never thought I'd say it, but I'm missing 3 hots and a cot. I'm gonna be the next Fizz someday. Mark my words.
All right, the stream audio sounds fine.
Man, I really gotta take a leak.
I had to make sure though, because I've had times where I thought my stream audio was fine and I ended up messing it up. I wish I had those gadgets Peter had. Those are way better.
Hate having downtime. Can't stop thinking about all my bad life choices.
Forget this. Going in loud.
Yeah, that's right. We're going in loud. Like the hollow drones. There we go, got it that time.
Time to check the breaker.
Here's the breaker.
No good. Board's not powered. Need a generator.
So we're not doing healing at all this playthrough. So I'm just reminding you there's no healing. I gotta put in the title. Oh, there's more guys around here. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about the YouTube title. I was gonna... It was like, oh, you can't have more than 100 titles on the YouTube title, but fuck it.
Here we go.
Oh, there's another generator up here.
Generator's on. I don't think it's hooked up.
Connect the power. What power do we connect? What power do we gotta connect? My band. Oh, some kind of tether? I don't understand. What am I shooting it at, though? Up there? There we go.
Power should be rerouted. Time to flip the breaker.
There we go.
Let there be...
Flipping the breaker. Oh, he's got the cat. Oh shit, he's got Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
He called himself out.
You can't have him.
What do you want him, you asshole?
To interrupt the bonding process. Back up. Fight it, kid. Got him. Got a beat on the kid.
Oh, wrong button. I'm pressing the wrong button. That's why it's not working. I got no health left, so I can't get hit. God dang, he just threw me into the freaking wall. That was pretty good on his part.
Don't you know it's rude to interrupt the bonding process?
It's like, guy just wanted to steal some other guy's cat because he wanted to bond with it.
Tell me who planned the bank robbery. Give me the cat, and I'll let you go. Deal?
I'm trying to remember what the button is to do gadgets. Wait, we gotta see. Can't figure out.
Seriously, guys? Give up your boss. I'll figure it out eventually. You think he's 10 times worse.
It's a band-aid of messing us. You're in for some pain.
What do you mean your boss is worse? I'm mopping the floor with you.
That's what I'm saying. Not kill people, boss does. Fair enough. But I can't let you get away with this. You stole someone's cat. You stole the kitty!
Now for the breaker. For real this time.
Oh shit, I didn't mean to heal. That was an accident. Okay. Well, it wasn't in the middle of combat, so it doesn't really matter very much. But during combat, I don't heal at all. If I didn't mean to heal there, I won't do it again. I'm trying to figure out what the gadget button is. Okay, so it's R1 and then you switch, and it's L2 and R1. Okay. R1 to switch, L2, R1 to use the ability. Okay. Let me go to the breakthrough. Why didn't we get the cat back, though? Oh, we did. There it is.
Let's get out of here, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man saving Spider-Man.
Hey, man. Power restored, Bankai stopped, Spider-Man the cat saved.
All in a day's great work. I'm posting in the FNSM app about these guys and their boss. Maybe we can get leads on who we're dealing with. Call you soon.
Gosh, I love web singing. I was scared him.
Mateo, got a surprise.
Scared her.
Oh yeah?
Scared.
What's that?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man! Ah! Did you have an adventure? Oh, you almost gave Daddy a heart attack. Oh, yes.
Oh, I
you
love
did.
kitties.
Oh, yes, you did. Good work, other Spider-Man. Thanks.
Yeah. Of course. Hey, man. Any leads on who our cat thieves were working for?
I'm chasing down a couple of problems that might be connected. Robberies on Harlem's commercial strip, and something going down at Feast North. I'll post in the app when I know more.
Cool. Thanks, dude.
You make me happy.